Hey everybody!
Hello everyone! We are working on a new animation and we're gonna show how we make a shot from start to finish, where Mail's gonna show how to do backgrounds.
And Nicole's gonna show how to do animation.
So we're working on a new Animal Crossing animation for the past months, because we have been really busy playing Animal Crossing.
Well, Nicole is a hardcore Animal Crossing lover.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun game. I hope you guys enjoy it too. It's helping you get through these days.
Hope you guys are safe. So I made an animatic about it, and that's like a storyboard, but you put the frames behind each other so you can time things out and show really easily what the end product is gonna be like. We really like to use our animatic as kind of like the base for keyframes. I don't know, I always also have it's like the energy from your little doodles, or like most of the time there's like more energy in doodles than your finished work. Yeah. Which is kind of sad. Maybe people recognize like working really hard on a piece and it's like looking a little bit stiff and boring, and then they do a little napkin doodle and it's like way more energy and cute. That's kind of what animatics are doing sometimes.
Yeah, for us, we tend to look back at the animatic a lot to capture that. Try to keep that feeling there. It's hard sometimes.
It is. And this is the shot we're talking about today. And it's like me showing Mail the little tent we're getting in Animal Crossing. It's like, look at this amazing tent, wow. And Mail's like not really impressed about it. I was making like this walk cycle and it's like kind of moving. It's supposed to be moving into place, but I was like, I'll just animate it like standing still in its movement, because if it's going off screen, I wouldn't know where the things are gonna move or something.
You did a little loopy.
Yeah, I did a little loop, and a loop is like a few frames that are perfectly connected to each other, so you can play it over and over. It's really fun to make animated loops. I'm trying to be more economical with my stuff, so I just reuse the body.
It's not always the best if you make the most fabulous looking animation and take
I'm like really trying to limit.
Trying to be efficient.
Because with like our previous animations, I always like redrew every frame, and these days I'm like, no, nobody cares.
Oh, you're becoming the lazy animator.
Yeah, I am.
Oh no, but guys, animators aren't lazy. Look at this shit. The drawing.
All I'm doing to make it look a little bit alive is like move her hair and her skirt and like one arm.
Follow through.
It's called follow through. So things that are moving, like clothing, hair, that stuff, it's really nice to give it life. Even though like if you use a still frame, you can still make it alive with those kind of things. And
smart animation, man.
I thought this shot was gonna be a lot faster to do, but I did spend a lot of more time than I wanted to.
Animation take time. I think every animation secretly you do always takes more time than you intended.
So I thought the hands were like kind of stiff. I animate a little bounce.
Cute.
Yeah.
Look at his hand holding.
You can't do that anymore, guys. Don't do it.
No, keep distance from each other. Although, this is Animal Crossing.
We can do everything in Animal Crossing.
Yeah. And which program is this?
This is TVPaint 11 Pro. What I really like about TVPaint is the light table, or the onion skin as it's called in some programs, and it's like the thing that's right in the corner there. And you see me do this a lot in this animation. You can move your light table frames in TVPaint. It's really nice. I've never seen that in any other programs.
I love that fact.
Yeah. So
that's what I always miss in other programs.
So like there's transparent green and the blue drawings. Those are the light table frames, and I can always move them or like rotate them and scale them. It's really great. Yeah, we really prefer using TVPaint because that's what we've been taught in school, like our animation school in Europe. Yeah, the only downside to TVPaint is that it's not vector, it's bitmap. Personally, I really like the feeling of drawing in bitmap. I don't really like drawing in vectors.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, but you can't really reuse assets in it. If you want to scale up a character, it's gonna be really blurry. That's really
That's the thing. There's
Yeah.
a difference between vector and bitmap.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm doing a little smear.
Oh, this smear.
So if you're a lazy animator and you want to fill animation with not a lot of frames, you put in a little smear, which is like on one frame.
Spread it on a sandwich with butter.
Mm-hmm.
It's the butter of the animation.
It is. So like in live action, it's called like a motion blur, but in animation you draw them by hand. So it's like a funny frame.
They're funny. They all twisted but it gives that extra oomph to the animation.
So I like to do like little squash frames, like you see my character's like kind of squashed here, because she's like really gonna be really excited showing this tent. So she's like preparing for the pose with the stretched arms.
Anticipation.
Anticipation, it's called. We're like explaining the principles of animation here. There's like really good sources out there if you guys are interested in learning. Oh, here's the cleanup.
Here's the cleanup already.
Wow, look at how clean it is.
I'll look that up.
And
coloring.
in TVPaint, the new TVPaint 11 Pro, you can color really easily. So I'm picking up the colors from the character sheet. If you have your line art selected, you make a color and texture layer, and you just have to click your colors in there. And sometimes if your animation is standing still, it was just automatically fill the whole thing. But here she's moving a lot, so I have to do it hand by hand. But it's still really easy. It's really great.
Really fast, and you don't have to use that stupid bucket.
Yeah, so if you use the bucket, sometimes you had to
always fill in.
Yeah, like the edges were like ugly, but here that's never the case. So at the start I did like the animatic, and based on the animatic, Merel drew like layouts for it. And I'm using the layouts for the rough animation, so it's like really nice that I can see where the characters are gonna be and stuff.
Basically the layout is supposed to be that. It's really handy to have that before you start animating and backgrounding. So
if you make the layouts, do you still like use the contrast and everything when you make the backgrounds finally?
Yeah, a bit. But I tend to ignore it too.
Just go wild.
Sometimes I just ignore everything. No, I try to keep stuff in the same place. That's specific. I just go too far into the layouting.
And I mean, it does really give you that first feel of this is what it's kind of gonna look like. I really like having your layouts to work with. So now we're gonna move on to backgrounds.
Also, guys, we have an accent because we're Dutch.
Oh yeah, enjoy this accent, please.
Please enjoy. I know it's a cringy accent, but I just start out simple. You see, I made the grass, I made the sky. I'm making the tent now. It's just blue, yellow, green. And then I started to add more details.
Ooh.
I was already doing the tent too quickly, I noticed. Too much details on the tent already. I keep the older backgrounds to the sides to compare and see that I keep it consistent. I was a little messy with this background. I gotta be honest here.
Why do you like to use Photoshop for backgrounds?
Photoshop, to me, has a lot of convenient ways to do stuff. You can all do this in TVPaint too, but I just prefer Photoshop. Grouping in Photoshop, that's less.
Oh, you mean like a folder thingy?
Yeah, folder.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes, I'm really bad at naming my layers.
Oh, yeah, me too, actually. Don't look at it.
Don't look at it. But I am putting them in, you see that? In like the maps. The layout is orange and the background is green.
I see that, yeah. Good job.
I did that. Only now I added the trees, which was kind of a mistake to do it that late, because I already made the tent so detailed. But here I am adding trees.
I really like how you did the trees, because they look so Animal Crossing with like the textures on the wood. And
Yes,
I
I
feel
tried.
like that's very impressive.
But yeah, here I'm making the trees. I'm kind of using the same color as the one in the front, but in the end, I'm putting the background sky color more over the trees to make them disappear in the end. More depth, you know?
I like it.
But in the end, I also add this big yellow light, as I always like to do.
Very sunny.
Yeah, I should talk about Photoshop and their amazing things, because I just did that on the tree. Creating clipping masks is the perfect way to draw on top of one thing, but just keep the mask of that other thing underneath it.
So you can
So you don't
always
go
adjust
over.
stuff or...
Yeah, in that specific drawing. Also masks I used to use a lot. And here you can see me add some light and use all the blending kind of. So yeah, I start out pretty flat, then slowly do more details. Oh, here I'm adding like an extra multiply shadow layer to give it more depth, like that drawing on the left in the bottom. And I'm adding sunshine. Oh, don't forget to flip, guys. I do it once somewhere. But flipping your drawing really helps, also in animation.
Yeah, you see me do it, I think. In TVPaint it's really easy to do it. There's like a shortcut.
Last final stage, I'll add the lines, and that's probably not what everybody does at the final stage, but I did it here, just to keep it more loose. I'm really bad at line art.
You did that with the Overwatch animations too, right? Those
Yes.
kind of styles, backgrounds.
But these are like basic brush lines. I didn't do that with the Overwatch one. It's good to use like different kind of brushes all together. I use like 3 brushes, I think, in these backgrounds. One of them is like a pencil kind of. I really like that one. I like it. I use it way too much. You get so attached to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of brushes out there, guys. So you can just
download
experiment. Yeah, just experiment, see what you like. Or like even the standard brushes are pretty good, right? Yeah.
Photoshop itself has already really good brushes,
Yeah.
and you can make some really easily yourself. I used to do one typical one with the standard basic Photoshop brushes. I made my own. Oh, this is, by the way, the new day that I realized, I'm gonna change the background. I'm gonna do something with that tree with the peaches, because it was annoying me. So you see me try out all this stuff. I'm like, okay, pushing it backwards. Yeah, I'm pushing the tree back. I'm still not happy. What is it? Yeah, on the start I was already like, you know what? Without tree, it looks better. But I kept on trying because I wanted them peaches in the background.
I mean, I wanted peach tree next to my tent. But what is your struggle here? Are you like worried about the composition?
Yeah, the composition. I don't know. I was
with the characters or like with the tent?
I don't know. It felt off. Tree felt off. Sometimes less is more.
That's true.
And that's exactly what happened here.
It's like Coco Chanel said, take off the last accessory before you leave the house. She did. She said it.
At the end, I forgot to put off my pause program, which helps me relax my arm, because you shouldn't draw all the time on your screen. You should take pauses, regular breaks. It's better for your arm and hand. I really need it. I depend on it. And it's called WorkRave. It's just free to install and download, and you can set it up the way you want.
So for the longest time, we've been like debating if we needed shading or not in this short. We're really trying to think how we can make videos faster, but every time we feel like it needs shading because the backgrounds are like really beautiful. We think we're gonna add shading, and underneath the characters I'm gonna add the shading as well. No,
the shading underneath the characters is also necessarily to really put them in there. Yeah, we like to put effort in and make it look okay and good.
We always composite our animations in After Effects afterwards. It's like also a step that's not really needed, but we just like doing it. It adds just so much to the visuals and it blends everything nicely together. We always like to add like glows and like shading.
Like them glows.
Yeah. We always do like a little color correction on the characters or like a little, we have all our little tricks.
Yeah, too much. I realize now in the compositing there's going to be a text bar because Nicole is talking to me, and we're going to have the classic Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
That's going to be added in the compositing as well.
Because we freelance as animators next to this, we never get to do what we want to do. So it's always someone else's character designs or someone else's style or someone else's way of work, and we can never do how we want to do it. And I think how we want to do it is really elaborate, and so whenever we get the chance to work on our own project, it's like we want to show off or something.
Yeah.
That was our progress, how we made the shot. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of video. I don't know if...
We tried something different.
Yeah. Because, sometimes people ask, like, how do you do this or something? And it's, like, very elaborate how we work. So we kind of wanted to show you guys.
Show a little bit of insight. If you have further questions, you can always ask us in streams we do every Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah, we stream all our work. Sometimes we do little doodles or, like, drawings or animation. There's all kinds of stuff. We have a very friendly chat, and you can always hop by if you want.
Yeah, or you can ask them in this video. That's also an option.
Also, if you want to see more behind the screen stuff, we have a Patreon, or you just wait until we publish our new video and you can see the final product. That's fine too.
Yeah. Hey guys, thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye bye.
Hit that subscribe button. Sorry.
Nee, dan moet je erin laten.